Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Blondest Podcast. I'm your host, Savannah Boda.
And I'm your co-host, Tyler Jacoby.
And I'm your special guest, Lance Lambert, Savannah's husband.
Yay!
Yeah, Savannah Boda Lambert.
Savannah Boda Lambert.
Legally, it's Boda Lambert.
Yes. Okay. So today we're going to be asking Lance some questions about how it is to be married to me and also just getting some personal questions in here. Deep nitty gritty.
These were all submitted by you guys.
Yay.
So let's get into them.
Are they only personal? None of them are like...
We'll find out.
Okay.
Tyler's going to start with the first question.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So, someone asked how they get their partner to care about his skincare.
How they get him to care about the skincare? Maybe get them to care more about their hygiene in general. Some people don't really care. Like, some guys don't care. They're like...
I don't think you care, to be quite honest.
No, Lance is very hygienic.
I care about my hygiene and
I'm not saying about that, but I'm like, I think you'll just do what Savannah tells you to do, but I don't think you're like invested in it.
Partly, yes. Yeah, maybe get mad at him and be like, you're not going to do it. Like, I hate you. No, be like that hard.
Be like, I'm going to look like I'm 20 when I'm 50 and you're going to look like you're 70.
Just be like, you can do like 2-3 things and your overall skin is going to look better. Your complexion's going to look better. And generally, if you look better, you feel better. You look good, feel good, play good. That's what they say.
Slay, Lance.
Slay.
Okay.
I'll read this next one. As an aspiring bad bitch like your wifey, how do I show up for my husband while building my brand and growing my business? He has an incredible job, but it's very high stress and I'd love to be able to.
Yeah, so, man, I was kind of in a similar situation, honestly. Like I was early in my career in public accounting, which you know what that is. It's not really the most chill thing in the world. And you have to work during busy season, minimum 60 hours a week. 60, 70, 80. The sky's the limit, guys. For like 3-4 months out of the year. Well, probably for at least 4 or 5. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, having an understanding partner is probably the most important part. Because, Savannah's gone. Savannah has to do something. That's life. Like, sadly, I want to spend more time with her sometimes, but she's got to go out of town. But yeah, otherwise I'm just trying to make a concerted effort to do something like every night. Ask them about their day. I always try to tell Savannah I love her, ask her how her day was, how are you doing? Yeah.
Good answer, Lance.
Does Savannah perform facial treatments on you? If so,
No.
which ones?
I used to.
No. I was the test subject for a while when she was early on. I was a test subject. I think you even did some testing kind of early. I mean, you're still a test subject. Tyler's, which is not really testing. It's you have a professional come in and teach Savannah how to do it. So, but
Lance, you would never do the treatments that she's
No, Lance
testing
doesn't
now.
like downtime, and now with us having Cyrus, you don't want to do anything because Cyrus always touches your face.
And so there's 2 things. I don't like my face burning and hurting, first of all, which is kind of my own problem. But, and then now, there's Cyrus. He likes to grab my face, rub my face. Now he's finally giving kisses, which is really sweet. So, yeah, I don't really get anything done anymore. But for a while, like I did I did your facials. I went to when you're in esthetician school, I went there and did, she gave me a facial, with like the steam and like rubbing me. I've been with Savannah since the beginning of the skincare. Mm-hmm. I was supportive all the way through. That's on record.
It's true.
Very true. Even when he was grinding deep and getting his license and taking the 1 million tests you have to take, he'd still show up to her business and take out the trash.
Still do stuff, even though it sucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone asked, what is it like being married to an absolute goddess?
An absolute goddess. Well, in reality, nobody's a goddess.
Okay.
I'm saying in the real sense, like Savannah's my goddess, but nobody's perfect. right? So
Yes.
I'm not married to the female version of Jesus Christ, or name your religious figurehead. But yeah, I mean, you
love
gotta. I try to do what she wants me to do. Keep up with everything she wants me to keep up with. Help her, support her, and then I get rewarded. So
Get
Well,
little
when you
treats
get little
thrown at you.
treats, what do I do?
I said I get rewarded. I said I don't want to
I'm
get
like,
rewarded.
gold star, Lancy.
Yeah, I'm saying I get to have you as my wife. That's reward enough for me.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
What stood out the most to you about Savannah?
When you first met me.
When I
Think back
first-
when I was 15.
You
Yeah.
were younger.
And trust me, they know that she was wild back then. so
Savannah
you
was,
don't need to-
Savannah was kind of always funny because she's like, especially when she was younger, she like, I don't know how, she like didn't know anything.
What do you mean?
Like she
still
would know
does
how
it.
to do math. Like she would know how to do like 10 plus 10 and like stuff, but like she would know like nothing about the real world or like nothing about, I don't know, anything. Like how's, she doesn't know like how to refill her tire. Like, so, I mean, it was just funny. She was funny. She's like,
Me too.
you were funny, like in some ways, right?
When
You're
I was
funny.
15, when you met
You
me,
would say
that's
like
what you thought
would
about
just
me.
say you were kind of always like kind of outlandish. You were like outgoing, just like you would be kind of like a bright spot in the room, maybe.
Oh, that's sweet, Lance.
Do you ever feel like you need a break from the stay-at-home life?
That's a stupid question because
break from
everybody
the
needs a break. I want a break from work.
Yeah.
Moms need a break
Yeah.
from being a stay-at-home mom. Dads need a break. Everyone needs a break.
Yeah, I think Savannah's hitting it right. Everybody needs some time to yourself and
Yeah.
stuff. Whether but needs to recharge a bit.
Yeah, that's why last night for dinner, I was like, do you want to go get something really close to here? Or would you rather do an hour round trip to pick up dinner? And he was like, I don't mind doing an hour round trip because that's like
Yeah,
his
I'll go
alone
do
time.
it. That's the only alone time I might have that day is literally if I were to go on a drive by myself. Although, I mean, I always have Cyrus in my truck with me, which usually is a pretty good companion in the car. Generally,
He's the best baby.
sometimes he screams in the car, but sometimes other toddlers and babies do that. But yeah, I think everybody needs some time to themselves and take care of themselves, right? If you take care of yourself, you're better able to take care of others.
All right, Lance. My question for you is 3 things you love about having an esthetician as a wife.
Okay, the best thing is like, well, nothing's free in the world, but free skincare
Okay.
is the best thing.
And then what?
Well, I want her to like rub my face, but she's not really interested in that.
She won't rub anybody's face. I don't think you could pay her enough
she
money
won't
to
rub
rub your face.
I do
anything.
12 clients a day. That's like literally being
know.
like massage therapists don't massage their spouses.
I know, but you're-
Cooks don't
okay.
cook for their wives. That's so true. Everyone says that. Oh, he's never
People
cooked
do
for me.
say that. People do say that, but you don't like
No.
I feel
yeah.
like once in a
You don't like
blue moon they
rub
do.
though.
Okay, once in a blue moon, but like not all the time.
Okay.
No one does. No one wants to go home and do what they do all
Oh,
day
yeah, no,
when
for
they get
sure.
back home. Like that's your time off.
Yeah, I would say
enough.
free skincare is definitely a perk. I want to do more of the the airlays that's not ablative, which that's a free treatment. I only did one of those, but so far
The best part about it is
It's just kinda hard.
It's expensive up front, but the consumable cost is so low.
I thought you'd say you like having an esthetician as a wife because I'm gonna look good for a very long time.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah,
I was thinking,
that would be like, what do you like about how your wife takes care of her face? But yeah, no, I mean that's definitely
I'm more likely to age better than anyone else in any other profession.
that's definitely a pro. Yes,
In the beauty industry, you age better.
I wouldn't even think of that because Savannah, I want to grow so old with you, it won't even matter.
Okay. Are you ready for baby number 2?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't want him tomorrow or her tomorrow, but ready in the sense of, yeah.
like you could get pregnant now.
Yes, yeah.
Like you wouldn't cry.
I don't want the stork to drop off a baby, but yeah, I would be okay getting pregnant like soon. Like, yeah.
Okay, you ready? If you had a weekend to yourself, no me, no Cyrus, what would you do? Like what would you go do?
Never happen. I gotta think. I've never had this opportunity. I would watch TV, some movies. I don't ever watch TV. What would I do?
Go to the
I would
shooting
do.
range
You know what I would do?
with
Yeah,
friends, with
I might
friends?
do that. Probably see my family. Like,
You see your family literally
I
3
see
times
them
a
often,
week.
but like go, I don't know, which I like to go over there with Cyrus, and then they cook us dinner, and then that's pretty chill. I don't know, what would I do? And then I would honestly do stuff. I would like work in the yard. I would do like gardening, and I would do stuff like that because that's the kind of stuff that I can't do as often, but I actually like kind of enjoy doing.
Nice. Okay. How does Lance feel about you having a male best friend?
That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Tyler is both of our friends, and I don't have any issue. His what is it called now? Sex or gender? Well,
Yeah.
Tyler identifies as a man, right, Tyler?
What the fuck are you going with this?
Which one is it? No, I mean, it's just, that's all it is. I mean, he's a man.
Yeah.
You're trying to like...
He happens to be a man. That's what it feels like to me, is that I don't care, because he's a really good friend. He's our best friend, and he happens to be a man. So it doesn't have any bearing on it. So it being a male and him being a male it doesn't matter.
Like, I would act the same way if I was a female.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me that he's a male. So
It's like,
it would just be that he's our best friend. I don't know.
Yeah. Love that. Okay. What does Lance value the most as a dad?
What do you think I value most as a dad? Value most as a dad? What do you think?
Time spent with Cyrus, probably. Just having connection with your son.
Yeah. Yeah,
I would say.
I like when you get to one of the most rewarding things is that like when you're there with them and you've like helped them like learn something new, get a new milestone, and you like see it. That's probably right now the most rewarding, is just like seeing that change and being able to actually help with that change too.
Yes. We always hear the woman's perspective, but I'd love to hear from a male's perspective. Give us all the details about what it's like being a stay-at-home dad and being married to a boss babe. Don't like that term boss babe, but yeah.
married
To a
someone.
business owner that's successful.
Yeah. What do you guys think is the main difference between stay-at-home dad versus mom? Do you guys
I think
think
it's
there's just in your head?
I
You've seen
think
it some.
society has made us feel which I have a double. The thing I hate about myself is I see everything from every side. So like I do like sometimes wish that I was the one that was staying home, because I feel like women are kind of ingrained to be more nurturing and just more patience and just be able to multitask.
I think
so I
there's a
think women have
difference.
qualities that are just better at mothering than men have, and men have more of that provider aspect, and like, so I think that's kind of hard. And then also the hard part about me being the one that has to like make the baby and have like the food for the baby is in my body. So there's just like so many things like that like sometimes like I wish that Lance could get pregnant and like breastfeed a baby, because it's hard like when I'm the one that's supposed to be providing for my family, but I also have to carry the child, breastfeed the child. And then,
Yeah, breastfeeding and nursing is really hard.
it was really hard when I had to go back to
I
work.
mean, it's hard for any working mother, but
So I think that's like, it's just different. And I think Lance had to like adjust, and he's like learning how to multitask, because I think all men are really bad at multitasking.
yeah, I'm not very good multitasker.
Yeah,
ever.
because I think like a lot of the times you don't really like think about what all goes behind a stay-at-home parent's job is, because it's not just taking care of the kid.
It's everything. It's the house.
Taking care of the house.
Everything.
Well, yeah, and also like literally like even this week I spent an hour and a half on the phone with Intuit QuickBooks.
That's another big part of your job.
Yeah, is that she's not. One thing is that she's not a W-2 employee. Like she's not like she's not like an executive that has a good salary and has a good bonus structure. Is that when it's your business, it's more involving, and it takes over more of your life.
Yeah, but Lance also does,
and I help with stuff.
It helps with the business stuff.
100% of the back end
Of the business.
Yeah,
of the business with like employee processing.
And
all that
paperwork
stuff.
and all that. I did not do that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But it is different. And, I think it's just what made sense for us. We never thought it would be this way. I remember when I first dated you, what's the first thing I said to you? Not the first thing, but like like the first like 2 weeks of us dating, what did I say to you?
You were adamant that you would one day be a stay-at-home mom.
And that you needed to make a lot of money so I could be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, and so, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think it would be, I think it has been smoother for women to be stay-at-home moms because there's generally more of a natural support. I mean, it's easier to make friends. Like, I don't really want to be friends with a bunch of other people's moms because I don't want to be friends with women. Yeah. Like, in that regard, because it can get
why is it different than I'm friends with Tyler and you can't be friends with women?
Because they're married to men. And
no, but I get it. It's like, what does he have in common with them?
I don't want him to have private time with other women that, like,
okay, I respect
is not my wife.
I mean, we have a lot in common. He's not going to have a lot in common with
Okay, that's true. All right, Lance, what's your favorite thing about me if you had to pick one?
One favorite thing about you? Your beautiful, flawless skin.
It's breaking out. And that,
Babe, it's always beautiful.
I don't want something about your favorite thing about me to be something that could be fleeting.
I know. That was just the esthetician answer. That was the esthetician answer.
An awful answer.
I don't think he actually believes that.
What's your favorite thing about me, not my physical appearance?
Yeah, it's obviously not that, Savannah.
You have to think about it really hard, huh?
No, I've had so many favorite, like, I've been drawn to you and I love you and I choose you every day for 6+ years.
That's not the answer.
No, so it would be a lot of things thing. Like, and it's been evolving. Like it was, how loving you are, how sweet you can be, you're funny, your sense of humor, and then you get to see another side. You get to see like your passion, you're evolving as a person, and ambition and stuff like that. So the answer has kind of evolved, has evolved.
That's sweet, babe.
So it's a lot of stuff.
Do you consider Tyler your best friend too?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
No.
I only have, I only really have like, how many, like, I have, no, I guess it's one friend to keep up with. He's in California. But for a guy keeping up with another guy, some of you guys probably know, it's like you talk to him like once a quarter almost.
They don't live here. All of his like friends.
Yeah, and then one of my friends lives, closer to the Houston area. I don't want to say he's okay, but yeah. So I only have like 2 friends, but yeah, Tyler's definitely the best friend. I mean, he's around. He's caring. He loves both of us. He loves Cyrus.
Yeah, like Lance and I could definitely hang out alone.
Like we could go out to dinner easy. Yes. No, and sometimes Savannah's like, well, she's on her phone for a good reason, but Savannah will be on her phone, and me and Tyler will just be, going at it and like just like talking, having fun, talking about stuff, because like Savannah doesn't like some of the stuff we like too.
Yeah, no,
which is fine. I mean, everybody has different.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, what has been your favorite thing you've seen Savannah do in the aesthetics industry?
Favorite thing I've seen you do? Maybe just in general, you going in like I physically have seen you like talk to like large audiences, and I've seen you be like a focal point of the room, and seeing the influence I think that she's had. Like she's had positive influence on so many people. Like it sounds corny, but it's like you like talk to some of these people and they like, people legit love her, which I'm sure some of you do because you listen to the podcast. Like it's really crazy and special. Like,
yeah,
what can happen?
It's crazy to see, like, because you've known her a lot longer than I have, but just like, because that's what I always say, like behind closed doors, she's just like your regular girl. She's a loser sometimes, and she says the most outlandish things.
I wish I could be like say more of like the things I say, but it's just hard because people think you're serious and not everyone gets it, and they don't get my humor, and I'd get canceled really fast.
You're not a comedian, right?
But it's not like I'm saying anything like awful. It's just like I say funny stuff.
Yeah,
that's
she
just
says
like
funny things.
But you're not in a comedian sphere. It's generally more accepting.
Yeah, so she's funny, but then like you go like, because when we went to New York, and then you've been to other ones with her, but it's just like seeing really what she's created. And like for herself.
I mean, it's weird. It's a room full of like, how many people are? They're like over 100 people.
Yeah.
I mean, those rooms are they're big rooms in like big conference convention centers full of people. We went to it was a fun like face reality thing in New York City, and like, you know, she's talking to people nonstop, taking pictures with people. She was one of the guest speakers or something. You and and so yeah, it was really cool. And meeting those people, and like I met some dads that are pretty similar situation to me. Like they kind of help out with the business and kind of stay at home mostly. I think I met a couple of dads that are kind of like that. So
Piggybacking off of that, how do you feel having a famous wife? Is it weird?
no, the good thing is it's not like I married, like, you know, I got with Savannah. Savannah was not remotely famous at all. It's not like I just went.
I was famous in Flower Mound.
Yeah,
She was.
I was very
infamous is what it's called.
Yeah.
I was infamous.
But it's not like I just went and married Kylie Jenner. Like, and I've been with her. So, no, it's not really weird. It was a gradual increase, and then you see it in more circuit, like when it's anything skincare related. But like it happens to Tyler and it's happened to us, and like people will like recognize Savannah, but no, I mean it's not. I don't think it's weird. I think it's kind of cool that people would recognize you and it just. And they're always respectful and come up and like, oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan. I followed you for blah, blah, blah. And you'd be like, oh, you want to take a picture? And obviously I want to take a picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's weird.
I love that. Lance, have you ever thought about selling an accountant guide for solo estheticians?
No, I'm not selling a guide. I mean, years, when I probably first, because I've almost been a stay-at-home, or I kind of call myself sometimes a primarily stay-at-home dad, but I'm always home, but it's just, I have other obligations sometimes.
Wear many hats.
Yeah, but no, when it was like real early, I was like, oh, I could like help other businesses, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to film a course. It was like, oh, I could do calls with other businesses and help them.
What if we like one
get
day when
going.
Cyrus was like in elementary school, we like power coupled and like I could teach like the social media marketing side and you could teach the back end.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've had like that, like small stuff, because she does like business, what Business 101 calls.
I would
Coaching, yeah.
never, people like give me business advice.
She does business
and I'm
101
like,
things.
I won't. I mean, I literally did everything before Lance. Like when I got started, my dad helped a little bit with the back end stuff, but like not really. He was really hands off because he thought I was making like a big mistake. And so he like didn't want to help me with like anything until he realized, I think it was when I hit my first 6 figures, like 6 months into owning my own salon suite, and he realized that I wasn't charging sales tax or anything because I had no idea. And then that's when my dad stepped in because I was still living at home at the time, and he was like, okay, so you need to charge sales tax. You need to like not do Venmo, because I was doing like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal.
It's too confusing, guys,
I was doing like
to do
every
all
stream
those
because I
apps.
didn't know. I never, went to college
talking to other people, if they, I just be careful. Some it could get confusing.
Well, I'm not telling them to do what I did.
Oh, I know.
I'm just saying this is how I started.
Uh-huh.
I had no idea how to do a business. I didn't even have like a booking system really,
It was a crash course, and then you had
cleaned it up.
You had that one booking, or she had like 2 different apps. You would charge, I don't even want to name the other app, but Square, and then another app that she would charge people on, or they would book with that too, I think.
Yeah, and then remember
she
Claire,
had, like,
my assistant, would write down like
Venmo and Zelle.
and she'd write down like on a notebook paper like everyone's name and how much they paid. Like we were like old. It was so
confusing.
bad.
It was so confusing. And then when I got involved in like at least 3 years ago, basically since you've been at your spa, I think I've been doing most of the
yeah, my dad handed it off
most of the
to
back
you.
and stuff. Yeah, because he's like,
Well, because you guys started
you
using...
guys are gonna go get married one day. If you're really serious, you got to learn you got to do it. And I was like, okay.
Well, because she didn't use QuickBooks or any like official record business keeping until she moved into the spa.
Well, her dad had it for a bit, because we've had 2 iterations of it. But it was confusing, and it's confusing getting a business going if you don't have any sense of the back end. Bit confusing, and record keeping and.
Well, you worked for my dad, and so my dad didn't have like other employees, so you kind of did like an internship type thing with him. My dad's a financial advisor, and and also a CFP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so
like the same
when
thing.
Lance was in
Yeah, it's a
college,
certification for it.
he worked for my dad for a bit. And typically, like the stuff my dad would do, he kind of just like passed over to Lance, like my bullshit.
It was like but he's in the personal finance realm, helping people like individuals out.
Yeah, no, my dad wasn't like, you should invest in this and you should buy this and you shouldn't buy this. He literally was just like making sure my books were okay at the end of the year for me, because my dad's always done my family's taxes. He's done my taxes every year. Like when I worked for, other jobs, restaurants, whatever, like my dad has done my taxes my entire life.
When he knows how to.
Yeah.
He's a business owner.
He's done my grandma's, he's done my brother's, everyone. So he was really good at that. But yeah, he passed it off to Lance, and now Lance does our taxes. Yeah. Okay.
It's a long thing. Anybody ask any business?
No. What was your first, well, we kind of answered that, your first impression of me. Let's see.
What was your first impression of me, Savannah?
I thought you were really funny and handsome.
Handsome? Muscular, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think I was muscular ever?
I don't think that's a thought that I had, no.
Okay, I wasn't. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever go back to work?
That's a loaded question. In what capacity?
Like, do you ever think you'll not
Do
be
I ever
a
think I'll
stay-at-home
work
dad?
for like an outside company?
Yeah, do you think like
I'll go get another W-2 job somewhere and work like that? I mean, I could.
but do you think you will?
I don't know. So the thing is that I'm trying to. So right now, we have one kid, and he's still young and very demanding, being 21 months. He doesn't know what's going on to a large extent, right? Trying to break everything, trying to, fall over and hurt himself.
Yeah, he tries to like off himself every day, I swear.
He's very reckless. He has no regard for his own safety
no.
or other people's safety. Or
I think he's like missing that part of his brain that's like, oh, this could hurt you.
it'll come, but and then we want to have another kid. So then I got to start over, right? Then that's like Cyrus can't go to school. To real preschool. Maybe we'll do Mother's Day out next year. I don't know. But he can't go to real preschool this fall, obviously, and not even next fall because he's 2. So I got to wait the fall after that for him to go to preschool. And then I'll have another little girl that I got to take care of. So, I mean, we're still like 6 years. We're still, well, I guess not really 6, more like 4 years out.
Yeah, but even then.
But at that point, I mean... Then you drop your kid off. How long do they even go to preschool? We got to deal with preschool first, and then you got to deal with elementary school, which it gets a little longer when you're in more of that formal public school environment. But it's not a ton of time. So, what would be best for our family? If it would be best for me to go back to work, then sure, I would. Would it be best to help Savannah in more capacities? Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I like you at home.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Next question.
I don't know, maybe, probably not.
What's my biggest insecurity?
Your biggest insecurity? I don't think this is it, but Savannah asked me sometimes, she's like, am I a hard worker?
Yeah, that's probably my biggest insecurity is that I'm not working hard enough.
Am I a good provider? And I'm like, yes. You're such a hard worker. You're such a good provider.
What's it called?
And you're a good mommy.
Thank you.
Something syndrome?
Imposter
syndrome. Yeah. Do you miss my big tits?
Oh, jeez.
That's a question?
Yeah.
I mean, I love her any way I can get her. But
yes.
That was his favorite thing
simple
about me.
Simple answer is probably yes. It's probably the simplest answer.
He like cried when I decided to have that surgery.
Okay, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Internally.
Okay, ready? What's the funniest / worst thing that I've ever done while intoxicated?
Funniest /
worst thing I've ever done while I was drunk. You think about like our beginning days of dating.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you should say the one that I recently did, like last year.
For your birthday?
No.
I remember that one, but I don't.
The side of the road.
Oh, that was not funny.
Oh my
Well, they
God.
said worst.
Okay. They said funniest / worst.
I don't even know the context of this actually. What was the beginning context?
I drank
Well,
one margarita.
What were we doing? Were we
were
going
eating
to a
with
restaurant?
Yeah, we were eating with Morgan and her husband and the baby
Oh.
and Cyrus, and I had one drink, and I wasn't even drunk, which was the weird thing.
Maybe
it
you had
just
like
made me
1.5 or 1.25.
Yeah, I
Savannah
wasn't
will
even
order a
drunk.
second
It
drink
just
and
made
not
me
drink
really
it.
sick.
Yeah. Oh, is this the one? And then we're driving home, and so it's a busy road, and it's only 2 lanes on each way, and it's a major highway, 35W, not 35E, not 35W, and we're going, and Savannah's like, I'm gonna be sick, and I'm like, what do you want? Do you want me to pull over? I mean, there's big enough to pull over. So I pull over. Savannah, flings the door open, pukes out of the car door. I don't think she gets anything in the car, thankfully, which that's pretty good. And then does it, and I'm like, okay, we need to get going. We can't. It's not safe to sit on the side of this highway for long, and it's just not good. And so I'm like, we need to go. You're able to go. So we go, and then we're almost back home. And Savannah's like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where did my phone go? I was like, babe, I don't know. Look under the seat. Look for it. And then I finally get the idea. I'm like, here, take my phone and look, because I had your location. We look at the location.
It's
on the side of 35W. So we had to drop her off, put Cyrus to bed. I think I did. I put Cyrus to bed.
No, I put Cyrus to bed, and you left and went to go get the phone.
I left, and then.
But just know this area of the highway is like so nondescript. It's literally just fields on both sides. So it's so hard to like, you don't have somewhere where you're like, oh, that's where we pulled over.
Yeah, so I had to use the location, and everything looks the same actually, because there's like these little bridges that just go over like creek beds, and then everything looks the same. So I was using the location, trying to get as close as I could, and it was also a big pain to actually even get there, because
it was nighttime too, right?
Oh yeah,
it was like dark.
Yeah, it was like 11 o'clock at night. And so I finally kind of find it. I pull over and I get my flashlight out on my phone, and I'm like looking for it. I found it. It was there. Perfect condition.
So unhinged.
Ran into my truck. Yeah, I did this all. Once I pulled over, it was pretty quick. But I was also worried about running over her phone.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, like, it's not like you were like in Dallas and you're like, oh, we pulled over like right here.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's just, it's all the same.
By fields.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the most annoying thing about me?
Most annoying thing?
That's easy. You know what? I know you all the time.
When you are in your stress manic cleaning phase, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Because I'm just like, Savannah, I'll do it. I'm cleaning. I've already cleaned all day. Like, and the thing is, when you have a little kid goes and he gets the toys out again and he makes a mess again. Mm-hmm. So it just happens like 4 times a day.
What I always say about Savannah is like, she gives you things that she wants to get done. And I feel like this is especially true for you. And that then she'll say something else, but you're literally in the middle of doing
one thing
that she already asked for.
Yeah.
But you're not, she changes her priority listing changes constantly. So like, but you don't know that. She knows that.
Yeah. And I don't like multitask. Like, if you give me a task, I'll do it. Okay. And I'll do a good job. But
if you were to change one thing about me, what would it be?
One thing about you? I don't want to change anything about you. That's a weird question.
I would change a lot about you.
Rude.
I'm just kidding, Lance. I would make you better at multitasking. If I could change one thing about you, I would like give you the power of multitasking.
Be changing my brain and changing my personality.
No, I'd just give you one more attribute.
One more attribute? I'd give you another attribute too.
What would it be?
I can't say it.
Why?
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Let's see. Last question for you, Lance. Dun, 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 dun. We already asked that. Okay, is Lance able to purchase and spend how he wants, or do I control all the money?
We have a kind of a weird balance. Yeah. Kind of. It's
Lance doesn't really want anything.
It's not like that. How does that worded? Savannah doesn't. So Savannah works and makes the money, obviously, and we have joint account or trust account. We put it in the joint account. All of our expenses, normal expenses, right?
If anything, Lance gets mad at me for spending my money.
Yeah.
Well, it's our money.
Yeah, it's like Lance, I mean, I feel like it's with any family. Like, you guys have, like, like you're gonna go if you want like something from the grocery store, you want something small, like you're just gonna order it. But like if you're gonna make a big purchase, it's something. It's like discussion.
If I'm ordering anything that's like $20, $30 on Amazon, and then I mean, obviously I have to order stuff that's more expensive for the dog, but that's in the normal course of.
But I also think like, especially when it comes to like
Lance wouldn't go buy a boat and not ask me, you know?
No,
like if
I
it's
wouldn't buy
anything over
expensive.
like $4,000, he's probably gonna ask me.
And
I'm not even gonna buy anything over $1,000.
And if you buy, and that's the thing is the things that you would buy that are over $1,000,
things that I would buy
like
would be
shoes or
expensive,
belt or stuff like that, she
I
picks
don't
it
buy
out
that
for you.
stuff.
So it's like he doesn't need to go buy it because Savannah literally will like buy 40 things at once.
I hate
online shopping for him. So
I hate shopping. I like 3 things.
Lance, do you feel jealous about me spending so much time with another guy?
Yeah, I feel so jealous. Wait, was this the same podcast that we talked about?
Everyone, I think most of the questions, people want to know the dynamic of our friendship.
Didn't we talk about this podcast? We can reiterate. We could talk about it again.
Tyler is my best friend, and he so happens to be so fucking cool that Lance
that
actually
he
gets
has
along with him.
merged into being.
I'm talking and you're cutting me off, and that's not nice.
I'm still waiting for you guys to say that I'm family.
I am getting there, but
Tyler
Lance
is
literally interrupts me every fucking 5 minutes. You want to know my new pet peeve? Lance interrupting me. He's done it like 18 times today.
How does it feel? Because as you guys can tell on the podcast, I get interrupted a lot here. So
I don't like it.
Yeah, good. I like it. Keep going, Lance.
Tyler is my best friend, and he so happens to be such a cool cat that Lance gets along with him as well. And he's not just a friend to us anymore. He's our family. And no, they are not gay lovers. We don't have threesomes. We're not a throuple.
We don't do anything.
We don't do anything sexual
it's very
together.
Weird that people assume that we don't do anything
just
sexual
so dumb.
together.
Like if it was another woman, would you say that?
Would you say that? Yeah, we're having a
it's
polygamous or.
And it's also just like I don't know what. Like clearly nothing's ever been posted that would even imply that. Like you don't sit on the couch with your best friends and watch a movie at night. Like that is weird somehow. Or like go shopping with your friend. Like it's just like we do mundane things together. We're not like
cuddling with each other.
Yeah.
So
we don't even like touch each other.
Yeah, I don't like to cuddle with Savannah.
Tyler's not a touch person.
I don't like to sit next to Savannah because, as we talked about on a couple podcasts ago, she makes muffins with her feet and it makes me uncomfortable. So I like to be in my own space.
Yeah.
No,
and so we're just very lucky, that it's honestly a blessing because most people or most men, will have a friend that their wife doesn't like, or some men don't like their wife's best friend, like they don't. And so I just got very lucky that like Tyler fills the cup for both of us. Like him and Lance get along on their own level and they understand each other and they're both very like logical, like to talk about like history and like just
cars,
intellectual conversations together.
Oh yeah, it would go in that realm. Savannah's like, nah.
And then me and Tyler have our own things that we like. It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like God almost like handcrafted Tyler and put him into our lives because he truly can fit the needs that I need out of a friend and what Lance needs out of a friend. And it's just a good balance. Like I had never thought we would all three be friends. Like Tyler started out as my best friend. He's still my best friend at the end of the day, but it's just a bonus that my husband likes spending time with him, is okay with him being around. And like I said, it's not like he impedes on our life. He adds to our life.
Love you guys.
Love
Thank
you.
you. It's not like weird. It's like he adds a layer. And honestly, me and Lance get along almost better with Tyler around sometimes because he balances us.
Yeah, sometimes it does, yeah.
I feel like, and that's the thing, like, I probably, like, guys, if Lance was uncomfortable with it, or like anything like that.
Lance has
like
people in my life he fucking hates, and he's very vocal.
But like, I wouldn't be around so much.
Yeah,
like it's like
because I would say like I would say it, and I would like not confrontational, but if it happens a lot, I would confront somebody. So no, nothing malignant.
And
is
Tyler
happening.
doesn't try to have sex with me. Tyler has no attraction to me. It's sad. I even asked him, I said, if you were straight, would you have sex with me? And he said no.
And he doesn't have sex with me.
Yeah.
Nor does he want to, nor do I want to. It's nothing erotic going on.
The only people that have sex in this room are Lance and I.
Nothing erotic going on, nothing malignant.
Like the closest thing Tyler has ever gotten to sex with me and Lance is watching our son so Lance and I can't have sex.
Yeah, that has happened on occasion.
So, okay. Last question for you, Lance. Has Savannah's success gotten to her head, or is she humble and grounded?
I wouldn't say it's gotten to your head. I don't know what that would
Do I
look
act
like.
like I'm hot shit, or am I humble and nice about it?
I think you're humble and nice about it.
Thank you. Okay. Last question.
She said last question like
You
17
better
times.
be humble and nice about it. But you've always been humble and nice about it, and that's the thing that's important, you know.
Okay. Lance, what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I've had multiple. I mean, I like John Wick stuff, but I like Step Brothers is probably one of the most classic comedies to me. Which I mean, it's not classic, but in the sense, you know, it's been around. Like comedy stuff.
Love
The
that.
Office, which is a TV show.
Lance, do you think your wife works too hard?
You know, I think there's always a balance that could be more. So I don't think she works too hard all the time, but you know, you want to have a good balance, and I think that's something we can always kind of continue to work on. But I mean, sometimes you got to take care of yourself. You know, I want her to just take care of herself. I want to make sure she has time to eat, get a snack, focus on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Have you already asked Tyler a million questions on the podcast?
No,
No.
maybe.
Let's see.
Yeah, I feel like that's where sometimes the amount that she puts on her plate is too much.
Yeah, and she kind of does it to herself.
She does.
And she'll just be like we had our wedding after, which, you know, it's stressful to kind of plan to plan a wedding. It's obviously stressful. And then that's done. What can I do to fill that kind of like gap, that kind of stress gap, that kind of time gap?
Okay.
Which is kind of a good thing. It keeps you ambitious, right?
Yes.
But
Does Savannah help with the house and with Cyrus?
I mean, obviously you help with Cyrus.
I clean.
She does. She puts stuff up. She's better. I'm not very good at
When
like
I man it
organizing.
clean, I don't clean unless I man it clean.
Yeah.
If I like on a regular, but I man it clean probably like 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So I do clean.
And she does do some like organizing stuff.
Yeah.
And she does clean and put stuff up. Or
Yeah, I feel like you're not a big cleaner, you're a big organizer.
Yeah, more of an
like, I
organizer.
like see things that need to be put back into place. Like I'm not like
You're not scrubbing the floors.
vacuuming or like
Yeah.
doing dishes. I'm more of like making things look pretty.
yeah, I'm not very good at like I can put stuff where it belongs,
Yeah.
but I'm not the best organizer, especially if there's no organization already. It's hard for me to get it there. But our
I think
relationship,
it's frustrating
yeah.
for me though when people don't think I spend a lot of time with Cyrus. It's like what you see on Instagram isn't like my entire day, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
not, when I'm present with my child, I'm not
We don't-
posting on Instagram.
Yeah, we don't want to post about Cyrus
Too much.
24/7.
Yeah.
And
I showed a
don't-
lot of him in the beginning because I was home and there was nothing
Yeah.
else to do. And like now that I like have a kid and I've been more educated on like social media and just putting your kid out there, like I don't post Cyrus as much as I used to. One.
And then some
And
people might
two,
notice that with me. I didn't
Did
do
you hear that?
either.
You interrupted me again.
I'm adding to it. It's not an interruption.
Okay.
You don't need to talk for. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Not an interruption. Sorry. Kind
Was
of.
it an interruption?
I wasn't paying attention.
I was adding to the fact that I also, if you follow me, which you don't have to, you can if you want, I don't care. But I don't post about Cyrus very much either because I feel, I don't know, I don't like to post about him that much, you
Yeah.
know? Or stories. I did stories pretty often. I used to, but I don't know. I don't always want to have him on there. It's just kind of.
There are weirdos out in the world.
Exactly. There's weirdos and I
But
don't want
what
to
I
make
was
it.
saying is it's hurtful when people think that just because I'm a working woman that like I'm a bad mother, I don't spend time with my son. But it's like if I'm working, and my social media, it is work. Like, yeah, sometimes I'll show like my fun stuff, but like just because I'm not posting my son every 5 seconds doesn't mean I'm not with him. I'm just when I'm with him, I'm present. Like, and then it's like a double-edged sword. It's like you don't post your kid, you must not hang out with your kid. If you do post your kid, you're a bad mom because you can't even hang out with your kid without having to post him to like, you know,
Yep.
prove yourself. So it's like damned if you do as a mom and damned if you don't. So it's just
Yeah.
really frustrating that like, but you know what? That's the haters.
But,
So
you know,
whatever.
I think with you not posting him a ton and being able to be more present, and also he's pretty crazy, so you really don't want to post about him all the time.
Most of the time
'cause-
I'm with him, he has my phone playing with it.
Yeah.
With it locked and he's just
With
like,
it locked.
hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's demanding in that sense.
All right, Lance.
What was the original question again, though?
Do I help out around the house and do I spend time with Cyrus?
Yeah, I was just going to add, it obviously is offensive that people wouldn't think that you do anything with Cyrus, but the other stuff around the house, like I do it all. I'm a stay-at-home dad.
It's his job.
I'm going to do the laundry. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to vacuum. I'm going to clean the countertops and like do all the miscellaneous things because that's part of my job to take care of the house. And that was that's how we've decided to do it, so
yeah,
she doesn't have to come home and do the dishes which is fine if that's what you've decided, but I feel like she works enough anyways that I'd rather her be able to be more present with me and Cyrus as opposed to, babe, go fold the laundry, go put it up, go mow the lawn, babe.
It's also like her job doesn't stop when she leaves the spa.
Yeah.
Like she has so many virtual clients. She does have her social media that she does all herself. I mean, she doesn't have time for that stuff during the day.
Yeah. I like this question. It's not for Lance, though. This is the last one we'll do. It says, let's say you never met Lance and you and Tyler are single elders. Would you get married just for fun? Yeah, I would, for like not just like I would do it more so like if I died or something happened to me, like he would have power of whatever it's called, attorney. So like he could like, because sometimes like if I got like a really bad accident, they're like, oh, only your like spouse or family could come in. She'd
rather me make decisions.
I think you could, yeah.
Well, if I never met Lance, that's the question. If I was like,
but you could make him like a medical power of attorney, like legally. But
I'd probably marry you.
Carry more weight if you
would be. A lot of people marry like their best friend, like that, like as like a financial thing.
Yeah,
and just
some
like
people, as a financial taxes or health insurance, because
we just do it because it'd be ridiculous. I feel like
totally marry
we
you.
would totally do it.
I would have such an elaborate wedding.
If you guys were like in your 20s.
No.
You'd have to be like
older.
No.
They said if I was like 70 and like we would just do it for the fuck of it.
At
like
least
we would
60,
just be
70
like,
plus.
We're like,
we didn't find anyone. We're 70. Let's get married. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, for sure.
Last question for you, Lance. I've said that 8 times.
No, you
take a shot. Okay. What do we fight about the most?
When do we fight about?
The house, our new house.
Well, and it's not a thing that's I feel like it's not an overarching thing over the course of our relationship.
We just bicker, but I think every couple bickers.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like we
healthy
don't like getting like screaming matches.
Healthy to have disagreements.
You're not the same person, so like you guys can see certain things different. You guys just have disagreements.
Yeah. What do Tyler and I fight about the most? People want to know.
What do we fight about the most?
We don't really fight.
What do we fight about the most from your perspective?
You don't really fight. It's an annoying.
Sometimes
you get
Tyler
annoyed
can be
every
really
once in a while. I feel like
blunt, and sometimes I'm very sensitive, and Tyler like says it how it is, and sometimes the truth hurts me a lot. So I'll be like, "That was really fucking mean. You could have lied to me,"
And then I get annoyed with her because I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to lie to you."
Yeah, but I'd say that's it. I don't think Tyler and I really fight. We've never been in like a fight actually.
No, except whenever you had to pick a picture to represent you as a person, and she put Shane Dawson. And I saw our friendship flash before my eyes.
It's really funny. Just like little.
Oh wait, we should do that thing
like
really
slight
quick
annoyances every once in a while.
For the end of the episode.
I don't know how to put it in there.
No, what do you mean?
It's like they need the visual.
No, you just say what you see each person as. We just say food is this.
Wait, how long has this episode been? It's not been 94 minutes, has it?
No. He didn't turn it off.
But it's been an hour though, right? Or no?
Probably not. Probably like right at 40. Okay, you ready? So on TikTok, they have this thing where you have to pick what each person is. What are you saying about me?
He didn't say anything.
I said I have to pee so bad.
Okay. Anyways, so it's how you see. You're supposed to do yourself and then how you see your other person. Okay, so the first one's an animal. We'll start with Lance. So I see Lance as a pig. Tyler sees Lance as a golden retriever. And Lance sees himself as an alligator.
Well, I didn't think it was necessarily what I see myself as. I thought it could also be like your favorite. I like alligators. I think they're cool. I don't really think I'm an alligator.
Well, that was what it says, how you see yourself.
You guys told me. You didn't say, how do I see myself as a tree? How do I see myself as a season?
That's what I told you. It's like what represents you.
Yeah, what represents you. So you picked an alligator.
Alligators are cool. They're my favorite animal, I think so.
Then it's a place that represents you. I put the Cowboys Stadium because Lance loves football. Tyler put, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I put a Slavic country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I want to go to like Slovenia.
And then Lance just put like the mountains.
I put like just like a hillside, like a rolling hills or mountains. Yeah.
And then it said a plant. I did a big oak tree because Lance loves really big oak trees.
Yep.
Tyler just picked a random plant because he didn't understand it. And then Lance put a bonsai tree.
No, what?
Yours is like...
He put a big tree.
No, that's a massive live oak tree.
Okay, my bad.
Bonsai.
It's a massive
Would a bonsai
old
ever get
live
that
oak.
big?
It's a character.
It wouldn't be a bonsai if it was that big.
I'm trying to get through this fast
ma'am.
so it's not
Go.
forever. Then it's a character that represents you. I did Lenny the shark because it looks exactly like Lance. Like,
Don't say
show
that.
look at the camera, and then look up Lenny the shark. It's literally him. They are twins. That's exactly how I'd picture you. Like,
Okay.
that's what you.
Thank
look
you.
like.
A pig that's Lenny the shark. Thank you.
It's a shark that's Lenny the shark. Okay.
I'm a pig too. Remember?
Tyler put
Stu from The Hangover, because he was like literally an accountant and it's like super type A, but like the people he's
dentist.
surrounded by. Oh, he was a dentist. That's right.
Which he was type A.
But he was
though.
super type A, and then the people he's surrounded by are like more crazy, which I think is us.
okay.
And then so he has to be pushed.
Lance chose himself as Michael Scott from The Office. And then season, I picked fall. Tyler picked spring. Lance picked fall. Hobby, I
like
put
spring, too.
YouTube. Tyler put gun range. Lance put gun range. Color, I picked green. Tyler picked blue, which is wrong. Lance picked green. And then crystal was kind of stupid because
I don't like crystals.
I just picked a black one. Tyler picked a blue one, and Lance picked my favorite crystal.
I copied Savannah's favorite crystal, citrine.
Okay, and then food, I put pad thai because that's like he probably eats that like
I
2
love
times
pad
a
thai.
week. But Tyler and him both picked steak. Okay, now y'all can do
steak.
me.
It was a pretty even tie between Savannah and I for who
Small
got
differences.
who got the most amount of right pictures.
Those are my 3.
Okay, so Savannah, for her animal, she put a sea lion. Is that what they're called?
Seal.
Oh, it's a seal. What are sea lions?
They're like in the same. Kind of
Well,
family,
there's
but it's
big
not
ones
the same.
too. I think sea lions are massive
Oh,
sometimes.
okay.
Yeah, mine's a seal though.
And then Lance put an Arctic seal.
Arctic seal pup.
Okay, thank you.
I
And then
think
I
she's
put a
cute.
dolphin. For place, Savannah put the beach. We all put the beach. Everyone knows that. You guys better know
Yeah.
that. For flowers,
It's plant.
or for plant, Savannah put a hydrangea. I put hydrangea, and Lance put just a pretty floral
Put
arrangement.
a pretty floral arrangement. I probably should have put hydrangeas, but
For character, Savannah put Cinderella. Lance put Jessica Pearson from Suits, and I put Hannah Montana. For season, Lance put summer.
Wrong.
Savannah put fall. I put fall.
but she loves the beach, so good time to go to the
But
beach.
season.
Summer.
Yeah.
That's why I put summer.
Hobby.
Hobby, Savannah put baths, and then Lance put being on your phone, and then I put watching
bed.
TV. Yeah, in bed. Color, we all put pink. Lance went out of the box and put shades of pink. It's like a little palette. For crystal, we all put citrine, and then we all put chicken. Savannah specifically put chicken wings, but like really, Lance and I both got it right because
Yeah.
it's just chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, now for Tyler.
Okay, for me, for animal, I put a very spoiled dog just laying in bed being served.
Tyler would love that.
And then Lance put the breeds of dogs I own, which is a Brittany Spaniel. And then Savannah put an owl.
Because you're wise.
Okay.
And you stay up all night.
And then for
That's
place,
smart. You're
No,
wise and you stay up all night.
that's
You're
pretty
an
good.
owl.
No,
That
that's
actually
pretty good.
is not bad.
It's pretty good. For place, I put New York City, and then Savannah put a museum or like Europe, and then Lance put a dark room.
Which is also, it's accurate. It's
I
just,
feel like New York was like, I'm surprised neither of you
yeah,
put
New York
that.
is a good one. I should have done New
Like
York.
if I didn't live here, I would for sure live in New
Okay.
York.
Well,
But you would, if you work nights, you'd still be in a dark room.
For
So
plant, I put hydrangea, and Savannah put cactus, and
I didn't
Lance
know.
put turf.
I put astroturf. He's a fan of
I
astroturf.
do. I am a fan of turf. I recommend it to everyone because it's green year round. and it
outside the
makes
box
you-
thinking, but that's why I put
Yeah.
it.
For character, I put Blair Waldorf,
Yeah, I would
Slay.
not have gotten
Slay
that.
queen.
and Lance put
Did I put?
Timothy Chalamet.
Elio from
Elio, yeah.
Call Me By Your Name.
Call Me
Call Me By Your Name. Timothy Chalamet.
And then Savannah put Shane Dawson. Now, she didn't put it because she meant it. At least I hope not.
No, I just think it's
like
funny.
an inside joke because one time, like a year ago,
Someone
if
was
not
like, oh my
more,
God, is that Shane Dawson?
yeah, and it was me on her story, and someone asked if it was Shane Dawson. And that I saw my life flash before my eyes. It was worse than like being in a car accident.
So mean.
Hobby? No. Season. I put spring. Savannah put winter, like a maniac. And then Lance put fall. 0 points across the board. For hobby, everyone put reading. They know me. For color, I put black. Lance put black. Savannah put sage green. But it was close because for crystal, I did put a green crystal.
Yeah.
Lance put a very large amethyst crystal.
Which I thought like maybe if he had a crystal, he thought because it'd be expensive.
Lance and I both don't care about crystals.
Yeah.
So this one we were like, okay.
It would be a flex
I just
if you
literally
had that
searched
crystal.
color.
I thought
a
it would
green
be like
crystal
a
would be
ruby.
cool. And then Savannah put ruby. And then the last one for food, I put a ginormous dessert platter, pie, cookies, pastries, cake, cupcakes. Lance put a steak and Savannah put ramen, which I don't eat ramen, but my favorite restaurant in the world is this udon place in New York City, but
I thought those were udon noodles. I didn't know.
It's fair. It's very clearly ramen, but sure.
Okay.
And to be clear, I put a bone-in fillet. I didn't just put a steak.
Yeah.
Specifically bone-in fillet. Tyler loves a bone-in fillet.
Yeah. So I don't know who won between you two. I'd probably have to give it to Lance just because
it is Shane Dawson and some of the slander.
Yeah, there was some slander.
Mine's
like what? No,
funny.
actually, can you explain the cactus?
I really just picked a random plant. No plant reminds me of you.
Okay.
Yeah,
because the cactus seemed targeted.
No.
Like he's like
I'm an
barren
asshole.
and prickly, dry, barren, and prickly.
Anyways, that's it. That's all I have for this episode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Lance. We really appreciated you being here.
Yeah, you did so good.
I know it was like really far for you to drive here. We all came together.
Yeah, we rode together. Well, thank you guys.
We love you.
We love you.
I love you too. I love both of you as well.
Thank you. We're the best throuple.
See, we need to stop
don't
saying
say
that.
that.
Yeah, we can't say it.
But it's a joke. It's an inside joke now.
It's a joke,
I
but
know,
people
but people have
people
been
take it
taking
and
it
run
wrong,
it.
apparently. So
It's just funny. I think it's hilarious.
But we love you guys too. Thanks for listening. We hope you guys learned some cool stuff about Lance. I mean,
and maybe some stuff about Savannah in the process.
It's crazy because Lance is such a big part of our lives, but I think they don't see that a lot. So.
We're always all three together usually.
Yeah. No, for real. Unless Savannah's dragging me to some of her appointments.
Gotta get
we're
my
all three
Russian
together.
nails.
Yeah.
I don't
And that's
go
the
to
thing
that.
too that's hard is like it's not just like I'm an esthetician, I'm also like an influencer. I have to go to these events, so I gotta look good. And women have needs. Even if you're not an influencer or
you're getting your nails done.
anything, like every woman gets their nails done, every woman gets their hair done, pretty much everyone gets Botox now.
Or they would prefer to do it.
Yeah, if they can afford to do it, they're going to do it.
To do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just hard. That's why I'm saying it's hard being in my position because I'm stretched so thin with my personal appointments, business running, social media, being a mom,
Business
being
travel,
a wife.
yeah.
It's a lot. And so I don't like doing it. No woman likes to go get their nails done. I don't even like getting my hair done. Like
People
I
like to
hate
get
it's
their
a
nails
chore. It's just upkeep.
Yeah.
But that's why I went darker. So as soon as I had my son, if you guys noticed, I dyed my hair darker so that I could be home more and not have to go get my hair done every month, you know?
There's a lot of hair appointments for sure.
And then now I do my Russian nails. Do the appointments take 10 times longer? Yes. But now I don't have to go every 2 weeks. I can go every like 4 to 5 weeks. So I try my best to find ways to not have to go as often.
Yeah.
I do Daxify now, so my Botox lasts longer. So I make efforts.
Love you.
All right. That's it. Bye, guys. Happy Monday.
Bye.